All right. So I'm asking y'all these questions because the mental and the physical aspects of this whole thing called healing yourself or maintaining your balance goes hand in hand. If we're just doing fitness and no mental, you're just going to look good on the outside. If you're just doing mental and no fitness, you may even feel good on the inside, but the outside part does feed your mentality. If you are just doing meditation and you're not taking walks and you're not doing anything physical, eventually you can get to a point where depression can hit you, believe it or not. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know that. So you're saying that it has to work hand in hand.
Like imagine this. Imagine this. You're doing your meditations every day. You are doing your spiritual rituals, whatever it is you do. But you're not working out. You're not eating correctly. And then you begin to get physical ailments or you begin to gain more weight or things slow down. Like eventually those things will begin to erode because it's going to tire you down. It's going to wear you down. It's going to take focus away. So eventually you're not going to be able to maintain that mental state of mind or something is going to be eroding or picking at it because you haven't taken care of the physical. If you don't balance them both, I'm not saying you got to be have a beach body every day. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're not taking some walks, if you're not getting your blood pressure going on a daily basis, you're just meditating, going to work, and living life, taking care of the kids or whatever it is you do. If you're just doing those things, you're leaving a piece off the table. Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all see it as a big difference as to what's required to have good physical health versus great mental health? Is there a difference in the requirements for that? What do y'all think?
I think the requirements are the same, just of different facets, maybe. They both take dedication, they both take determination.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't be dedicated to your physical health, like it takes dedication and a learned discipline, I would think, to go to
Mm-hmm.
the gym, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, take a break, and keep that same routine. When I used to go to the gym in Baltimore, not down here, because the gym that is where I'm staying at, but in Baltimore, I would do my cardio in the morning before work, go to work, get off of work, do my weight training. I would do that 4 days a week. That was discipline for me. But I had something to prove to myself, so I kind of did it. And as far as mental health, that takes discipline too. Because you got to discipline yourself to not deal with the same, not deal with, but not allow certain things to, into your being, into your space, mess with you. People that get upset easily, you got to begin to train yourself to say, okay, is that, going to make a difference in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, or 5 years? Or is it going to be, detrimental to my mental health? Or is this something that's going to improve my mental health? So I think they both take discipline and determination. And I think it's really about what you want for yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me see. I'm gonna go around the room real quick, and I want to see what y'all answers are. Anthony, what is the purpose of fitness in general?
Well, I'm going to say the purpose of fitness is to have longevity with your life, to keep or to keep your body in shape, to keep healthy, to preserve yourself as much as possible.
Ashay. Jennifer, 30 seconds or less. What's the purpose of fitness?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
The purpose of fitness is to improve your brain health, helps you manage your weight, reduces the risk of diseases, and it strengthens bones and muscles, and it also improves your ability to do everyday activities.
I say. Shar, what's the purpose of fitness? Calling Shar, calling Shar.
Oh, I forgot I muted my microphone again. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
The purpose of fitness is so you'll be mentally able and stable to do what you need to do daily.
Okay, I say. Arima Loya says that she's in and out, but Sydney, what's the purpose of fitness to you?
Yeah, I agree with what people have said. Just it helps you keep your spirit up so that you can do what you need to do. I think the balance between mental and physical is something I'm still trying to work out. But I've been doing more physical lately, and that's been helping. But yeah, I do think that some people just need a little bit more like support on mental than others. And so like I think that's why I'm specifically interested in Ori, because I'd be interested in knowing like what Ifa says about managing Ori for people who like struggle with mental illness, depression, anxiety, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Jones iPhone. What's your definition of fitness, or what's the purpose of it?
I would say keeping your body and soul intact and free from disease and mental and physical.
I say. Tanisha, what's the purpose of fitness to you? Calling on Tanisha. Going once. And if you're speaking, I can't hear you. Going twice.
She put it in the chat.
Oh, what's she say? What is she saying? What is she saying? Let's see what she's saying. Oh, helps with the improvement of nervous system, helps with mental health, and keeps the body in balance. Okay. Thank you, Tanisha. Let's see who else. Alceda, if you can speak, what is the purpose of fitness to you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The purpose of fitness is to maintain health and strength and to be free of disease and weakness, so that you're capable of fulfilling the purpose that you have, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is.
Interesting. Thank you for that, Ia. And if I need you, what's your definition or what's the idea of purpose to you?
I think it's to preserve yourself, but also with that comes along balancing the other areas of our existence. So, I mean, for example, like if you're being physically fit, it's also going to bring discipline. And along with discipline, there's a domino effect as well. So, but the main thing is to preserve your body.
Okay. All right. Thank everybody for your definitions for that, because that goes kind of both for both sides, physical fitness and mental fitness. But here's a catcher. Here's a kicker. I asked everybody who has a gym membership, and not very many people has one. I asked people who are what you do for workouts and to stay fit, and not many people had an answer. So if we know we're supposed to do all of these things, Why do we not do them if we need them for those purposes? I want y'all to think about that question real quick. But all the great answers that y'all gave me, majority of the people here, 90% of the people here said that they did not have a gym membership or they do not work out often. If that is the case and you have the answer to what the purpose is, why are we not fulfilling that purpose?
I think people are not finding the time to actually do exercising, because for me it was really just finding time to be able to do it. See, there was times I couldn't afford to go to the gym, but I had to think about it. I can go out and walk. So sometimes you just got to go do something, because once you do something, something leads to something else. Then there was times when I was traveling or going to, like, with my friends, I was able to go to the gym with them because they would add me onto their gym membership. But it was me getting into the habit of just trying to do something instead of just not doing nothing at all. Because exercising could just be 20 minutes a day. It doesn't have to be hours and hours. I mean, you could take a 20-minute walk. You can do 5 push-ups in your house. You can do 5 sit-ups. It's just about doing something.
Anybody else?
I'm going to say a lot of people don't do it because it's not easy. It takes discipline. It takes getting up and getting out and doing it. And a lot of people just don't do it.
Okay.
Including myself at times.
All right. Watch this. And this is why I separated the two, fitness and mental, right? If you walk into somebody's house or you got into their car and it wasn't clean, what would you think about them mentally?
Mentally, I would think either they got some depression going on, because usually it's some type of fog that's hindering them to kind of see what's really going on. So either depression, they might be going through something very traumatic. They could be going through abuse. Usually that's a sign of abuse, neglect, or some type of either mental health or physical, something going on physically, or they could be getting sick or something. So it's not
But what
always they're like nasty or anything. It just be that they got some things going on internally.
So, okay, it could be all of that, and it could just be they're just not clean people. But anybody who's see the physical appearance, what people see first, right? People don't know your mentality until they talk to you and get to know you. But if your physical appearance is not the appearance that says, I love me, I take care of me, I don't make excuses for not taking care of myself, I do whatever I have to do, then you can kind of say that I am presenting myself to the world in the best way possible at all times. And that's my mentality, which would also say, or you would be able to at least hope that the person takes care of their mental stability the same way also. But if a person doesn't take care of the physical aspects of it, it's probably far fetched that they're taking care of the mental aspects of it. Now, I want to flip the script. What does the mental aspect actually look like? Because if a person is out of shape, they don't exercise, the cleanliness is like the last resorts to all of that. If a person is dirty, the car is dirty, the house is dirty, yeah, they're probably in a depression state. Or they just grew up in a nasty household and never learned how to clean it up. Either one of them is not good. But if you're in that situation and you see that situation around you with somebody you're dealing with, that's probably what it is. But now let's talk about the mental state of it. The mental state of it is a replica of what the physical is. So if we're meditating and doing all of these things and we're not taking care of the physical, the thing is, you won't know what it is to get past that threshold, because the mental aspect, to be honest with you, is harder than the physical. It's a lot harder than physically going to a gym or going to take a walk or sweating or doing push-ups or lifting weights. Like, it's a lot harder because the mental issues can hit you with like life-threatening and changing and altering scenarios. So to me, the purpose of fitness is to make sure that you're in shape to endure whatever's going to come your way in life. If an athlete is at his top, his peak, as far as his conditioning and being in shape, he can run, jump, throw as much as he needs to, especially in the fourth quarter when most people are tiring. In the fourth quarters of life, if you haven't done the fitness work on your mentality, on your mental stability, then when the fourth quarter comes, most people will retreat. Therefore, the consequences, though, of not completing that task mentally is far heavier than you just not going to the gym yesterday. Because just like not going to the gym or, slacking off on visits to the gym, and then you get back out of shape and then you got to build it back up. It's tough to do that all over again. It's tough to do it all over again in life, but you doing it all over again can look like you having to rebuild your entire life. That is way harder. Am I making sense to anybody besides myself?
Yeah, you're making sense.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but guess what? They both require or rework. So you got to have a strong mind to reach your goals in a physical gym setting or just fitness wise, physical fitness. Like, you got to have a strong mind that when you get tired, you keep going. When you don't feel like going that morning and it's cold outside, you keep going. When you're not seeing the results come fast enough, you keep going. It's a whole lot easier to keep going when you're already in shape, because you don't necessarily need more motivation. You see it, you want to go and keep it. You want to build it more. But when you haven't seen the results yet, it's tougher to go to that gym, especially if you're in the cold.
Mm.
Especially if you had a long night last night, you shouldn't have done. It takes a whole. It's a mindset that pushes you to that goal, right? And the same mindset is required for you to, first of all, set a goal, but actually see the goal through with a mental situation that you must overcome. Do we need an example of what I'm talking about, y'all?
That'd be nice.
He said that would be nice. So let's say, of course, physically, we know what that is. I want to lose 30 pounds by the summertime. Okay, cool. I got to have a regimen. I got to get on a diet. I got to do this thing. I got to change what I eat. I can't drink alcohol too much because alcohol turns into sugar in the body and sugar turns into fat. I can't eat too much bread. I can't eat this. I got to do all of these things to make those changes. Most people know these things, right? But let's say I have a goal of not I have a goal of controlling my temper. No, I'm gonna use something different. I have an issue with my patience. I'll use that one. Or I even have an issue, not even an issue, I have a goal of wanting to be more humble in life. I'll use that one. That's a better one. humble in life. I want to be more humble. I haven't been humble enough. So let's say I'm doing it mentally, and let's say I'm even adding some spirituality into this thing. I'm going to the mat. I'm going to Ifa. I'm doing some offerings. I got an Odu that says you need to be more humble. I said the same thing. Ifa, thank you for making my confirmation real. So now Ifa has told you, you got to be humble. Now you know you're on the right path, right? But are you mentally prepared to get the humble pie thrown in your face? What does that look like, Makanjuola? Let me explain. Okay, so now you experience something, I'm going to say, because usually the best messages come from your household or your family or people that's closest to you. Um, and humility is a thing that looks like you do not exercise any negative trait despite what has happened to you or is happening to you or through you. You do not exhibit anger. You do not exhibit temperament. You do not try to get revenge on somebody who hurt you. You do not do anything to try to make yourself feel better in the moment because something doesn't feel good in the moment. That's humility. You do it because it's supposed to be done, not because somebody didn't do it for you. So let's say I'll give you the one of the craziest scenarios. Your spouse cheats on you. You find out. Most people want to go crazy and burn the house down, left eye style, right? But there may be a time you may need to take some humble pie because you just got your Odu done. If I confirm you need to be more humble, you had this epiphany of being humble, but now here comes a humble pie situation. What is you gonna do? Are you fit? Are you in shape for it? Are your muscles ripped, ready to take it on? Or are you pudgy and fatigued, gasping for air? It's easy to say what you want, but if you haven't practiced it, if you haven't gotten the gym with it and focused with it, I mean one bite size at a time. If you can't even wave off people cutting you off in traffic, if you can't stop that rage, right? If there's certain things you're not being humble with the small things, when you get to the big fight, you're not gonna have enough gas in the tank to pass the test. So the physical part of this thing, y'all, can teach us how to get it done in the mental world. Because you will start seeing the results physically just as well as mentally. You can actually go through something as traumatic as what I just described and look that other person in the face and be like, wow, really? That's what we're doing? All right. Well, good luck. Take care, move on, and walk away. You ain't never got to talk to them again, but you shouldn't want to cuss them out. You shouldn't want to throw trophies at them. You shouldn't want to burn down the bathroom tub. You shouldn't want to do things that is going to be revengeful because you feel hurt. And that can go all the way down to somebody uh, disrespecting you in a grocery store or in a food place. Are you feeling disrespected? Which is, again, another ego thing, which has nothing to do with humility. Are y'all following what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So, let's take a survey, y'all. On a scale of 1 to 10, and I'm looking for pure honesty here, okay? You can lie to yourself, but it's not going to help you get any better. So let's be completely honest. I want you to type into the chat. Type this into the chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I ain't doing nothing about this, and 10 being I am super proactive about this situation. When it comes to your physical fitness, how active and how proactive are you in it on a scale of 1 to 10? Type it in the chat. Put some eyes back on so I can see this. Wait. Okay. 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 All right. Okay. 5. That's honest. Okay. All right. Anthony said 3. Okay. So when it comes to your mental stability, where are you at with it? Same scale. Mental stability. Mental fitness. Okay. 7, 9. What was that?
A 4.
4. She said a 4. Okay. Okay. So we got some rock stars here, okay? So we got people with 8s, 9s, 9.5s. Okay. So let's start with the physical. So if you scored yourself a 7 or above, that means that you have began your 6-pack and is starting to show. You have some pretty nice size pythons coming along. Your legs are in shape. You're fit. So if you're a 7 and above, that means you're fit. Is that how you guys are seeing it? Or is that wishful thinking? And I'm talking about the physical aspects of this, y'all. We're trying to be honest here. Like the physical aspects. So that means you work out at least 3 times a week in order to accomplish these 7s and above. There's no way you are 7 and above and you work out maybe once a week. That's not even logical. Now it could depend on what age you are and where you at with it. Some people just need one because their physical fitness just requires them not to do so much. But if you're anywhere between 50 and below, you should be doing something at least 3 times a week to get any results. And it also depends on what your goals are, right? But if you're looking to be in shape to where you can have stamina in life, we should see some residue of a 6-pack somewhere, right? I'm just being sarcastic right now, but y'all can think y'all know what I mean. And if you're on the other side of mentality, that means if you're at a 9, that means nothing gets to you. You are freaking fluid. Like you go with the flow. You don't get mad at nothing. Anger is not a thing. It's a thing of the past. You have no temperament. You are not prideful and egotistical. You are very benevolent. You can take insults without even having to react to it or throw the bullets back at them. You can do all of these superhuman things. Because I know I'm not a 9. So let me be honest. So let me go around the room real quick. I'm gonna go around the room. We're gonna talk about this in detail. So I'm gonna pull this thing back up real quick. And by the way, if you want to donate to today's conversation, the Cash App link is in the chat room at the top. But I'm gonna go back to the chat room. So I'm gonna start from the top here. Where are we at? Anthony, okay, you said you were a 3. Good, okay. I appreciate the honesty, Baba. Jennifer, you were at 8. So that means, Jennifer, that means that you are in the game every day. You are there. Body is almost beach body ready. Is that where we at, Jennifer?
Uh, I, I'll say a 7. I mean, I'm trying to manage my emotions, manage my thoughts. Like I said, I'm getting up every day and taking walks and exercising, and then I'm also just working on me. So this is, I mean, when you get into this, it's something that you do almost every day.
Mm-hmm. It's a lifestyle.
It's
It's
a
not a diet.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
I can say I have my cheat days, but for the most, I'll say 90%. I try to make sure that I'm true to balancing everything out, and I take time to work on each part of each part of me.
And we talking about
No one's
physically,
perfect.
right?
Yeah, physically. I'm talking about as far as
Okay.
physically exercising, my brain, mental health, and just and then overall my outer, my appearance, and things like that. So it's a routine. It's something
I
that you
want to
have
make
to
sure
do
we
every day.
I want to make sure we focus on one thing though, physically. Right now I'm just talking about, because when we add something else to it,
Oh,
then we can raise the numbers up. I'm just
oh,
saying
okay.
physically. Physically, with my physical fitness, that means I'm eating correctly. I'm not eating trash. I'm not eating fat foods. I'm
Oh,
not eating cheese. I'm not eating dairy. I'm not eating McDonald's. I'm not eating none of these things or too much
oh.
fast food.
Well, then we go
And
down
thinking,
to a 4.
thank you. Now we talking. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
just
Thank
slid
you.
down that scale.
Thank you. See, I
Okay.
knew it was something going on right there. Like that means that we doing a lot of things correct. If you at an 8, you doing a lot of things correct. That's a lot. That means you've changed your diet. You ain't drinking alcohol. Like you are laser locked in. Do we need to reevaluate this scale at this point? Because here's the deal. Watch this. Here's how this will test your viewpoints and how you see yourself on the mental side of things. If you know, and most people know, that everything I just named that people eat will make you gain weight and is not good for you. Most people know this, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So if we know this, guess what? That puts a demerit on your mental chart. That means that mentally you're doing something you know is going to harm you. That means that your mental stability is in jeopardy.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? No, I had to phase out for a second.
Okay. Um, it wasn't really a question, but I just said that if you are eating things, drinking things, putting things, ingesting things into your body that you know will harm you, fast food, greasy foods, alcohol, drugs, I'll even say. I don't know who was, maybe, hopefully nobody here has that problem, but whatever it is that will put your physical well-being in jeopardy, most people know that these things will cause problems in those areas. If we're ingesting those things and consuming these foods and items, that puts a ding on your chart as far as mental set, because who in their right mind does that? Who with a well calibrated Ori says, you know what, I'm going to eat that cheeseburger, but I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow anyway?
I agree with you. You're right. You're right.
And the same thing is applicable on the mental side. If you are a person that says, I'm on a anger diet, I'm on a temper diet. I'm on a pride diet. I'm on a selfish diet. I'm on a revenge diet. I'm on a whatever. Revenge, retaliation, and get back diet. I'm on all of these diets that I want to make sure I'm not contributing to my mental destruction. I'm on a diet from those things. I'm fixing them. I'm getting them right. We can't say that, pray for that, get up, get cut off in traffic, and give somebody the bird. It's the same concept. What's required in the physical world to get physically fit is the same requirements in the mental or mindset corrections and elevations that we desire. It's the same thing. And for those of us who practice Ifa, and those of us who love Eshu, once your mind decides that I want to get physically fit, that's when Eshu is going to show you the challenges of getting physically fit. So if you are trying to work through these things, you better become good friends with Eshu. Not that Eshu is going to take it easy on you and give you a pass, but he is going to show you some things. But you just need Eshu to support you with some of those things too. So, and be forgiving with it. Because at the same time, when you do slip up and have a cheeseburger that you're not supposed to have, or you do cuss this person out in Walmart, which Walmart is a super challenge for a lot of us, right? But in Walmart, when you do slip up, then what? Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
I'm gonna say for me, both of mine is like lack of sleep, pushing myself, working too hard. So that's why I say the 3. Well, that's part of the reason for the 3 in physical and the 8 in mental. Because I mean, in mental, I'm pretty cool, except for I know that me not sleeping is harming myself, but I keep doing it.
But let's take your scenario, Anthony. I want to use you as an example real quick, if you don't mind. You sleep hard because of the work you do, right? Anthony?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you do the work because you need to pay bills, right?
Yes. And I got 4 kids to take care of.
Mm. So, what do you think would be a remedy to that?
Hit the lottery. I'm trying to figure it out.
I mean, that would be great if we can hit the lottery just to save ourselves real quick. But let's be honest, life doesn't always happen that way for most of us, right? So we got to actually do some work. You see, that no sleep because of your desire and need to feed the family and the kids, it could be an idea that's saying, hey, you need to find something that's for you because that may not be for you.
I got a long-term goal and plan that will, in 2.5 more years, enable me to do it. But I gotta strive. I gotta make it to that. So at least I got a plan and a goal.
Okay.
So I'm willing to sacrifice this lack of sleep for 2.5 more years.
That makes sense. As long as you got a goal, an end game. But to do this on a consistent basis with no plan in place, that's not. No. I mean, that's kind of what fitness is, right? If you set a goal, you may not be in shape right now in this particular thing. But as you set a goal and you chip away at it every day and you get closer to it, once you reach it, then now you're good. That's all I'm really trying to say. Like, we can't really be at this space and say that we want this, but we're not doing the thing for it. We have no goal, no plan, no diet, no nothing in place. We just walking through it.
Yeah, I got a goal and a plan.
All right, cool. Great. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. So, anybody else has any comments, concerns, closing remarks, ideals about anybody need help with this? Anybody need coaching with this? Like anything like that. Any kind of the comments you gotta say this is the time to let it off your chest. Say it with your chest. Nada?
I have a question.
What's up?
For those people that really have a hard time, I guess, especially starting out connecting to like their Ori and like really understanding what it is their Ori is trying to tell them. Would you like, is there a specific path that you know of that like requires consistent head feeding?
Head feedings?
Yeah, like Iboris.
That's not going to help you accomplish what you're looking for.
So what would you suggest?
Let me see.
Ori University.
Thank you, Anthony. I didn't want to say it. But let me see this. Ask your question one more time. I want to make sure I'm answering it clearly.
Yeah, just wondering some tools, some practical tools to like keeping that connection between Yori and yourself in check.
Do
Other
you
than
have a connection currently?
that's a good question. I say I have like flashes of it sometimes, but I think my issue is probably like doubting that connection, like second guessing myself.
And I can hear that because if you had the connection, you would need to reconnect it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, um, Anthony was correct. That's why we built that Ori Power of Ori University to help y'all with this process. But there's no magical pill answer for that. But diving more into what Ori is, the more you understand Ori, if your car breaks down, I'm gonna just talk about this from a mechanic perspective, right? Because that's what you're asking. This is what your question is. You're asking me, how do I fix my car that won't start when it breaks down? Well, you won't know how to fix it until you know how the engine works. That way you can know how to diagnose it. And then once you know why it's broke down, you know how to fix it and how to somewhat prevent it from happening again if you can. So you need to understand the full aspects of Ori. Ibori is a maintenance. It's kind of like a oil change, but it's not going to be the cure to keeping your car running. It's going to help you to keep going and keep the maintenance up on it. Of course, great. But as time goes on, things are still going to happen with other parts of the car because that's just what time does. It erodes things and breaks them down. So as a human being, we are way more complicated because cars don't have emotions. So your emotions and your scenarios and the traumas and the fun times and the great times and the laughter and the sunshine and the rain days are going to happen. And how you are trained in your mind to process them, that's how you're going to deal with them. And an Ibori will only aid you in the process for only so many days. But after those days burn off, you are back to doing this by yourself. And if you don't know how to do this on your own and how the Ori works, how to maintain it, how to give it an oil change without an Ibori, then you're going to struggle up and down. There's no Ibori, there's no ritual that can solve that. They will help you, but they will not solve it. Or rework is an individual sport. So Monday, I hope that helps you. If you want to talk about this off air, we can. So I can kind of give you more insight on what this whole thing is. But that's your question is exactly why I created Ori Eni. Does that answer your question, Sydney?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Everybody's quiet today. What's going on? Like, what's there's no camera visuals, there's no conversations going. Should I start calling out names? Corrupt style? No?
I'm here.
So let me ask y'all this then. How many people here? I know that most of the people. Okay, Anthony, I'm gonna stop doing that. Anthony, Arimaloye, Alceda, Tanisha. Okay. Anthony, Arimaloye, Alceda, Tanisha. This question is not for y'all. So this question is for Shar, Jennifer, Jones, iPhone, Ifaniyi, and Sydney. Are you all, because you all been coming in and out for the most part, some recent, some for a while. Are you all open to the Ori classes at all? I'm gonna start with Shar. I'm gonna start with you first. Are you open for the Ori classes at all?
Yes.
You are? Okay. Jennifer, what about you? Hopefully she can hear me.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Be trying to take it off mute. Yes, I'm extremely interested.
Okay. Miss Jones. Miss Jones, how about you?
Yes.
Okay. Ifaniyi, how about you?
Yeah, I'm open to them.
Okay. Sydney, how about you?
Yeah, I'm open to them.
All right. Do me a favor. Type your phone numbers. Give me a direct message in the chat room right now with your phone numbers in there. I'm going to take those down and I'm going to put together a call, maybe a Zoom call again for later on today, possibly. And I want to talk to y'all about what that looks like because I want to be clear. Sunday conversations are good, but it's way deeper than that. And I'm sure Anthony, Arimaloye, Alceda, and Tanisha can let y'all know what this looks like. They've taken pretty much all of them
I've taken them all.
now. But you need a foundation, and the foundation is super important.
In order to progress in
As
your
far as
own,
gathering, say it again, Arimaloye.
yeah, in order to progress in your own self-development with your Ori, the classes would be greatly a help to you.
I'll share. And I'm not paying them to say this, y'all. Okay, but they've just taken the classes before, and they kind of have an understanding of what it is. Um, I made these classes for that reason. So let me see. I know your story, Jennifer. Shar, I think I know yours. But out of all of you all that I just named, are all of you all in IFA currently?
Yeah, I'm in A5.
Shar, uh, Sydney, are you in IFA right now? Are you practicing IFA?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not? Okay. What do you practice, Shar? If you don't mind me asking. Can you hear me?
I wouldn't say I practice a certain thing right now. I'm just trying to, I'm doing my inner work and getting to know my higher self.
Okay, okay.
I do a lot of praying and meditating.
Okay. Praying, okay. Okay. So you're kind of spiritual.
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set that up for this evening. Hopefully you all can attend, but I'll set up something specifically for y'all this evening so that y'all can kind of get a backdrop to what this whole thing is about. And I can reveal to you some of the reasons why and how this looks in the spiritual realm of things. Without your Ori being sharpened, and I want to be clear, y'all. I'm the teacher of these classes, and I still have issues. These issues with Ori will never go away. Let's be very honest here. I guarantee you, people who taken the classes can attest to what I'm saying. Ori work is an everyday thing. Why is it an everyday thing? Because you are living. As long as you're living, you're learning. And in order to learn, you must be challenged. So something that causes your emotions to rise in a different direction or in any direction. If it's a fun emotion and laughing and loving emotion, that is a challenge for you to allow yourself to be happy and laugh. Some people will block their laughter. Have you ever seen that before? Because they got to be tough, right? But there's another side of that too, that if something angers you or something makes you want to get revenge on somebody, that is another challenge. That challenge only takes place in the mind. Your words, you swinging back at somebody, you giving somebody the bird, that gesture was sparked in your mind. Something in your mind told the rest of your body to respond this way. How do you correct it? You correct the Ori. And that's what the classes are geared around. How to figure out the why to all of that. Most people have different reasons and different ways they function and how they do things. Some people may seem similar, but they're not the same. You can be born of the same old dude and be completely two different people with completely two different experiences. No one person's experience and reaction or response is going to be exactly alike, at least the reasoning for it. And that's what Ori work is. And to be honest with you, that's what the spiritual work is truly about. You got to dig into your spirit to see where this is coming from. That's when we're doing the spiritual work. So yeah, I will set that up for y'all. Are y'all okay with attending this evening? Is there a time that we can agree on right now, so I won't be just throwing dates and times out in the dark? Is there a particular time for y'all this evening that works better or best? Char, Jones, Jennifer.
7:30, 8.
What, East Coast time?
East Coast time. What time for everybody else? Because I know tonight everybody will be getting their kids ready for bed. Y'all give me a time.
I was thinking 6 p.m. because I got a prior arrangement at 7 to 8:30.
Okay, Jones.
I'm pretty open. I think I'm pretty open.
Okay. Okay. Sydney?
6 or 7 sounds good.
All right. So let's go for 6. Is that okay, Char?
That's fine.
All right.
We'll do it at 6.
Okay.
We got a plan. All right. So anybody else before we close out of here? Um, Anybody else have any concerns, questions? Uh, and no, I am not promoting 24-hour fitness or LA Fitness. I get nothing for that, but I just want to make sure that y'all get some kind of sweat in on a consistent basis because it will help. Especially, I've been living on the East Coast for the last year and a half, and I've noticed that I haven't been able to go to the gym since I've been living in like the East Point area because it's totally a desert of health, a health desert around here. Um, but at the same time, I got to find a way to get to something because I can't
No.
walk down the street like I want to because of the neighborhood I'm not really comfortable with. But I have to find a way to drive somewhere to go get my workouts in because I miss my workouts in the morning. But I understand that there's things that we can do, and I understand that there's things that we cannot do at times. But we got to find a way to get those yeses and answers so that we can get to what we need. Because without the fitness, if you're just dealing with the mental by yourself, it's a tough thing. The fitness will help you. It will help. It's nothing like taking a walk and just having the air blowing on your face and the birds chirping and without the stresses of what you're dealing with in life. Like it's a beautiful thing. Even going to the gym, just zoning out and doing your thing. Walking out feeling like you just worked out. It's a cold feeling to do that. A very good feeling to do that. She said I went to Planet Fitness. Good luck with that one in Conyers.
Yeah,
Oh
when I
yeah.
was in Atlanta, I was in Atlanta almost 2 weeks ago. I was in
Mm-hmm.
Conyers, and I went to the Planet Fitness there. I like walking around during the day, but at night because of that wooded area, that's why I just didn't like in Conyers. And I haven't, I've been in Atlanta a little bit because Conyers only about 20 minutes away, but I just didn't like that wooded area because when I was walking at night, this guys tried to start talking to me, and I was a little nervous because I'm like, this guy can just try to push me in the woods or something. So I kind of just said, hey, I got to get back home, and I got family I got to go see. But I can see how it could be a little dangerous around there too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about that. It's just more of Atlanta is a very unpredictable place. So I think it's probably more of my South Central genes that we know not to go to certain places, right? We avoid
Yeah.
certain liquor stores, we avoid certain grocery stores, we avoid certain anything that doesn't look familiar to us. So for me, when I know that cats are out here getting shot for a mayonnaise sandwich, like I'm not just willing to walk down the street all day long just for no reason. Like I'm not doing that. So uh, that part, that's my reasoning. But when I was in Gwinnett County, I was able to do it every morning because it's not the same thing. We can go to the park. There's a pretty lake. They're walking the dogs. Everything was good. But they don't have that in the inner city of Atlanta. They don't have that access. So,
That
but we
makes
all
sense.
got something. We all got something we got to conquer to get to our fitness goals and our mental stability. Um, I'm telling y'all, I'm a prime example of what I'm preaching. I practice what I preach. I actually live it. One thing about teaching something, you can't teach it without living it. I think it's really impossible to not live what you're teaching. All right. With that being said, I appreciate everybody's attendance this morning. Again, if you want to contribute to what you've heard today, the donation link is throughout this chat link. You can go there. But if till then, I will send out the links to everybody that for tonight, and then we will get it going that way. All right, y'all.
Okay.
All right,
Moving
then.
around.
All right, I'll see you this evening.
All right.
All right, Baba. And if
See
you
you this
need
evening.
help with this evening, just let me know.
Thank you.
Because from someone
Oh,
who
for
didn't start off with EFA, yeah, let me know. I got you. All right,
okay, for sure. I'll send
definitely.
you a link, Bob.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.